Hey guys! So today's video is going to be a review and mini wear test of the new Fenty Beauty foundation powder and also the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb Cream. So if you're new here, I have dry dehydrated skin and I am quite clearly very pale. So I will be testing the shade 120 and I'll just be seeing how the powder foundation performs on dry skin. And I don't typically wear powder foundations, so I was very interested to see how this powder foundation would work for my skin type and also see how it holds up over the course of a couple of hours. So if you're interested in how the brand new Fenty Beauty powder foundation and gloss bomb cream perform, then please keep watching. Oh, also stick around to the end of the video because I'm starting a joke of the day. We all need a bit of a laugh in this horrible time. But yeah, if you just want a joke, then just skip to the end of the video. I'm joking, don't skip, watch the video. But if you're interested, there will be a joke at the end. Anyway, let's just get straight into the foundation review. So this is the foundation. It's got that same kind of, what is it, hexagon? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Yeah, it's a hexagon 8. You know what I mean. It's got the same kind of packaging shape as the rest of the products. So I have the shade 120. It comes with a mirror and it also comes with, oh, it comes with, wait, no, that's not a mirror. Kind of looks like a mirror, but it kind of looks like a mirror, but it's not. It comes with a little spongy type thing. They remind me of, like, you know, the really old makeup sponges that you used to use to put your Dream Matte Mousse on. So this is kind of what the shade looks like. I have the shade 120, as I think I just said. I also use the shade 120 in the hydrating foundation, and I also use the shade 140 when my skin is a little bit more tanned, but it is slightly too yellow for me. But since this is a powder foundation, I wanted to go closer to my skin tone just because I don't want it to look like I've got yellow bronzer all over my face. But I'll just run through a quick few facts. As always, if you want to skip through this part and just get straight to the foundation try on bit, then I will leave a timestamp on the screen so you can just skip this bit. But if you want to know a little bit about the foundation, I got it from the Boots website, and basically it's just a powder foundation. It's soft matte, long wear, light as air, no flashback. It is £27. And I believe it comes in all the same shades as the two liquid foundations do. So it's supposed to give you a blurred finish. It's supposed to be sweat, humidity and crease resistant, but not proof. Buildable light to full coverage, which is interesting. I didn't think you'd be able to build this from light to full, because even liquid foundations you can only usually go from like medium to full, but guess we'll see. Won't settle into fine lines, clog pores or cake up, and it reduces the appearance of shine. So typically I don't tend to go for powder foundations, but I thought I would give this a go because it's Fenty and I love Fenty. And worst case, if I can't use this as a powder foundation, then I could always use it as like an under eye powder because I get really, really bad dark circles and puffiness, so I need all the help I can get. And then the other product I'm testing out today is the Gloss Bomb Cream. So these are just the creamy gloss bombs. I think they're supposed to be kind of between a liquid lipstick and a lip gloss, but I'm very intrigued to try this. I got it in the shade, let me just find it. So I got it in the shade Fenty Glow, which is this nice pink colour, and it was £17. So it says your favourite lip gloss now with medium to full colour coverage. So it's basically the lip gloss with a little bit more coverage, which I think is going to suit my itty bitty lips just fine. Anyway, enough with the talking, let's get straight into trying on the foundation. So I haven't primed my face yet. I'm going to go in with my e.l.f. Hydrating Primer Serum, just because if I'm going to use a powder foundation, I need to make sure my skin is nice and hydrated. Oh, I've got a lovely big spot on my chin. If you look back at some of my earlier videos, my skin has come such a long way, but it's just my chin. I can't get my chin right. So that's what I've been trying to work on recently, is like getting my chin cleared up. So we'll see how that goes. I feel like this is such a backwards order. So I'm gonna have to really think through how I do my routine, because obviously usually I would go in with a foundation and then concealer and so on, but I need to do all my cream products first. So I'm gonna go in with my Too Faced Born This Way concealer. I've used this a couple of times and I do really like the coverage, but why is this so yellow? I'm gonna use it as is on my spots, but for under my eyes, I'm gonna mix in a little bit of my Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer. This is in the shade Pink, so this is just like a color corrector, just to make it less yellow. I don't know how well you can tell, but it's still very, very yellow. I definitely did not need that much concealer. Whenever I only put concealer on my face, I look like such a ghost. Okay, I actually haven't used a foundation powder before, not a pressed one anyway. I think I've used a Bare Minerals one when I was younger. And I also haven't watched any reviews on this at all because I didn't want my opinion to be biased. So I'm not 100% sure how this is gonna go, but we'll see. I'm gonna just use a normal clean foundation brush and just, oh, that's a lot. That's a lot. Can you see it? And I'm just gonna stipple this onto my face, I guess, or maybe buff it in. Okay, let's go with stippling. Okay, no, let's go for buffing. I'm sorry guys, I'm sorry, this is such a mess. What do we think? Has it made any difference? I haven't done anything on this cheek. So up close, I definitely look more blurred on this side of my face. I guess we can just see if we can build the coverage, but it basically is just like my skin but better. It doesn't look powdery, it does look a bit cakey under my eyes. That's how I show you it looks cakey. And it hasn't showed up much on my forehead. I've also got, can you see, like some spots and some redness here that haven't been covered up too much, but I'll go over that again and see if we can cover it up. I'm actually gonna try out the little sponge that came with it on the other cheek and see what that does. I genuinely feel like I'm applying Dream Matte Mousse when I use this sponge. Okay, it's covering up the redness on my nose a little bit. Let's try it over there. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about just stamping it on because it feels like you don't really get that much even coverage. I'm just gonna go over the top with a bit more. I've probably applied far too much of this. My cat's about to meow. Wow, she didn't. She normally does. Probably meow when she gets downstairs. Oh, there we go. Okay, so first impressions. I think my skin looks very smooth. It looks very blurred. It's definitely clung to a little kind of dry patch on my nose and it's a little bit cakey under my eyes. I did apply quite a lot though, so I guess that's my own fault. I feel like I applied enough that it should have come out a full coverage, but it definitely doesn't feel full coverage. I think it's definitely more of a medium coverage at best, and if I were to apply any more then I would just look a bit ridiculous. But I don't know how well you can see, I definitely still have some redness and some spots that you can see coming through, but it's not bad by any means. The overall effect I'm getting is kind of like if I was wearing a medium coverage foundation and then just used a beauty blender to put powder all over my face, which is something I do quite a bit anyway. So I guess in that sense it kind of takes out a step of the routine, if that's something you were interested in. What time is it? It's currently about 4 o'clock. I wasn't really planning on doing a wear test for this foundation just because it is a powder foundation. However, I'm planning on going for a nice long walk, so when I'm back I'll probably just check in to let you know if it's changed at all, if it's stayed the same. So I'll do a mini wear test. Okay, I'm quickly gonna go finish up the rest of my face and then I'll be back to do the Gloss Bomb Cream. Okay, so the rest of my face bar my lips are finished. I will link the products I've used down in the description box below in case you are interested. I'm gonna line my lips first using Nars Venice, or Vents as mine says, and then I'll go in on top with this and I will give you my first impressions. Okay, so first impressions, I think it's nice. It's very, very glossy and I like the fact that there is a lot of colour in there. However, it came out more brownie nude than I was expecting. The reason I used this lip liner and not something like Stripped Down by MAC is because this is very pink. So I was kind of hoping this was going to be more of a pinky tone nude, but just to bear that in mind if you do have a similar skin tone to me, that this isn't as pink as it comes across. Because on the swatches on the website, it looked very pink. So I'll probably just take a screenshot and put it up. So it's not exactly the colour I was expecting. That being said, it's not a bad colour. This is the kind of colour I tend to wear on my lips quite a lot, but yeah. I do have to say, if I was gonna wear a lip gloss, this is definitely the kind of thing that I would go for because it's very, very comfortable on the lips. It doesn't feel like you're wearing a lip gloss, like it doesn't have that sticky feel, which I really like. And because it has a bit of coverage in it, it's great for people like me who overline their lips because you need a little bit of coverage to kind of like disguise where the overlining is. And it is very pretty, it's very comfortable. That's all I really have to say, is just, you know, be wary that the colour isn't exactly the same as the swatches. But other than that, it is really nice. So just quickly before I run off, I've got a Zoom call in half an hour with my family. I applied some Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray to my face because this is what I normally do with foundation. So, you know, I want to kind of treat it the same as I would any other foundation. And I have to say, just like looking up close, now that it's kind of melted into the skin, my skin looks really, really good. It definitely has coverage. Now that it's kind of settled in a bit, I can really see that. Okay, but I'm gonna go because I have this Zoom call, and also I'm gonna go for a walk afterwards. So I will check back in about 2 or 3 hours just to see how this is holding up and if it's kind of deteriorated at all. And yeah, I will see you guys in a bit. Hi guys, it's time for a little check-in. So the time is currently, I don't know where my phone is. What is the time? Okay, so I think it's about 10:30. It's definitely gone 10 o'clock at night. So I've had this on for about 6.5 hours, which actually turned out to be a pretty decent wear test. So I went on a little walk, but it was absolutely freezing. So I did like a little half lap and then I gave up and came home. That's also why I'm currently wearing a turtleneck underneath my jumpsuit just to keep me a little bit more warm. I'll just move over here, but I'll insert some footage of what my makeup looks like up close, and I'll also insert some footage of what my lips look like. Because if you're like me and you overline your lips, what I often find happens is that the line just above your lips is left and then there's nothing else on the rest of your lips. So I would, if you're going out and you want to wear this, I would put on a liquid lipstick or just a normal lipstick underneath. That way, if this fades, you're not left with just a weird little line above your Cupid's bow. But the Gloss Bomb Cream did not last very long at all. In fact, it was pretty much gone by the time I'd finished my Zoom call, which was about 45 minutes, and I didn't have anything to drink, I didn't eat anything. So whilst it's really pretty, it's one of those things that you have to keep reapplying, and I think it would just be better as like a topper as opposed to the thing you wear. Unless you just have really nice lips and you can just wear it on its own and just reapply it as you need, in which case go ahead. But for me, I would definitely wear this more as a lipstick topper than as a lipstick lip gloss in its own right. In terms of the foundation, I am thoroughly impressed. So the spot on my chin here is a little bit more visible, but that's just because I was 1, eating, and 2, I do think I touched it by accident a couple of times. So I'm not too fussed about that. But everywhere else, my makeup still looks really intact. Like, it hasn't become oily or anything, which I tend to get throughout the day. I haven't noticed my chin breaking up or becoming oily the same way it does with the liquid foundation, which is something I notice with nearly every foundation, because I think it's because I have dehydrated skin, so I do tend to get oily on my chin and my nose, and so because of that my makeup does tend to break up a lot, especially on my chin. So I have to say I am pleasantly surprised by this, because clearly this is good if you have oily skin based on my oily area, but also I think my cheeks are the areas where I'm the driest and they still look really good. It looks a bit more like a natural finish foundation set with powder that has slowly kind of just faded throughout the day in a very natural, nice way, if that makes sense. So I am actually very, very impressed with this foundation. I think this foundation would be absolutely perfect for work, especially in the summer. And another time I would like to test it out is if I was going on a night out or for dinner or something, wearing it on top of a liquid foundation, like a very, very light layer just to set, to see how that kind of helps the foundation stay in place. And especially, as I said, around my chin breaks up a lot throughout the day, it will be good to see if that can help combat that issue. I think for 6.5 hours wear, this is really good, especially to go through dinner, and a freezing cold walk. It's got the dry skin, dehydrated skin stamp of approval from me. I think it lives up to the claims. I'm not 100% sure about whether I would consider this buildable to a full coverage. It's definitely buildable to a medium coverage. I would say if you're using this, especially if you have dry skin, just to use a hydrating primer, and also if you have any blemishes or dark circles or anything like that that you want to cover up, just go in with a concealer first. And especially if there's areas that you really want to cover up, go in with a full coverage concealer, and then obviously just put the foundation on top. And that's it for this check-in. And those are my final thoughts. So let me know in the comments down below if you have tried either of these products and whether they work for you. Do you like them? Are they your new holy grails? Or do you absolutely hate them? It's all okay. This is a safe space to talk about it. I will have another foundation review coming up on my channel very soon, and it's a very high-end foundation review. So if you are interested in that and you haven't yet subscribed, then subscribe now so you don't miss that video. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it and if you found it helpful. Okay, and before you go, I did promise you a joke of the day. So I actually ordered a little joke book so I could start flipping through those and we could get through a few of them. However, I only ordered that today. So in the meantime, I'm just gonna type in joke of the day into Google and see what comes up. Okay, I found one. It's probably gonna be terrible, but we'll go ahead anyway. Why do seagulls fly over the sea? Because if they flew over a bay, they would be bagels. Yeah, okay. There's your joke. If you know me, I have a really terrible sense of humour, but I think it's funny. So if you enjoyed that joke, then give this video. Sorry. The joke is so bad that it's funny. The more I try to take myself seriously, I think I'm gonna lose subscribers over this. If you enjoyed the joke, give it a thumbs up. If it was terrible, please don't let me know because I need to stop laughing. Hopefully next time it will be a better joke. Anyway, I'm gonna go now. Thank you for watching the video and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it made you laugh. I'll see you in my next video. Bye! Full coverage.